Tommy Lee Jones, the Hollywood legend known for his razor-sharp wit, piercing stare, and absolutely zero tolerance for nonsense. He's one of those rare actors who doesn't care about fame games or Hollywood politics. He shows up, delivers perfection, and expects everyone around him to do the same. But that relentless drive for excellence hasn't come without conflict. Over the decades, Jones has clashed with several stars, leaving behind a trail of stories filled with tension, stubbornness, and unfiltered honesty. Today, we're diving deep into the 6 actors Tommy Lee Jones couldn't stand working with and the real reasons why these on-set relationships fell apart. Number 6. Jim Carrey. The most famous feud of Tommy Lee Jones' entire career began during the production of Batman Forever in 1995. Jones played the menacing villain Two-Face, while Jim Carrey played the manic Riddler. Fans saw a colorful, over-the-top movie, but behind the scenes, it was chaos. Jim Carrey once shared a story that's practically Hollywood legend now. He recalled walking into a restaurant one night during filming and spotting Jones dining with his family. Carrey, being friendly, approached to say hello, but Jones's reaction was ice cold. According to Carrey, Jones stood up, gave him a death stare, and said, "I hate you. I really don't like you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery." Carrey later said the moment stunned him. He had never experienced that kind of raw hatred in person. Jones came from a deeply serious acting background, and Carrey's wild comedic energy was the opposite of everything he respected about the craft. On set, Jones reportedly refused to share scenes with Carrey when possible and complained to the director that Carrey's antics were destroying the tone of the film. Decades later, Carrey still remembers the sting. "You don't forget something like that," he said. "Especially from someone you admired." It remains one of the most iconic clashes in Hollywood history, the comedy clown versus the stone-faced cowboy. Number 5. Val Kilmer. Batman Forever didn't just bring Tommy Lee Jones into conflict with Jim Carrey. Val Kilmer, the film's leading man, also found himself on Jones's bad side. Kilmer was notoriously difficult in the 90s, moody, method, and unwilling to compromise. Jones, already a Hollywood heavyweight, had zero patience for that attitude. The two reportedly got into heated creative arguments over tone, dialogue, and even camera blocking. One crew member recalled that the atmosphere between them was so tense you could cut it with a knife. Joel Schumacher, the film's director, once hinted that both actors refused to speak off camera and sometimes even avoided each other on set entirely. Kilmer, known for being mysterious and detached, frustrated Jones to no end. Jones allegedly mocked Kilmer's method actor behavior, calling it a circus act for attention. While both delivered strong performances, Batman Forever became infamous for its backstage tension. It's no wonder Jones never returned for another superhero movie after that exhausting experience. Number 4. Wesley Snipes. When Tommy Lee Jones joined Wesley Snipes for U.S. Marshals in 1998, the sequel to The Fugitive, fans were thrilled to see Jones back in action as the relentless U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard. But behind the camera, things weren't so smooth. Jones was known for running a tight ship on set. He valued professionalism, silence, and efficiency. Snipes, by contrast, was at the peak of his fame, bringing the swagger and star power of an action hero who knew his worth. The result? 2 men, both used to being the alpha in the room. Reports from the set suggest that Jones and Snipes clashed over everything from line delivery to who deserved top billing. Jones found Snipes too focused on his image and less on authenticity, while Snipes felt Jones was trying to dominate every scene. Their coldness toward each other grew so bad that the director sometimes shot their dialogue scenes separately. Despite all that, U.S. Marshals performed decently, but Jones never spoke publicly about Snipes afterward, which, in Hollywood speak, says it all. Number 3. Harrison Ford. Now, this one might surprise you, because The Fugitive is one of the greatest action thrillers ever made, and Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford's chemistry on screen was electric. But off-screen, that fire came from tension. Both men were strong-willed perfectionists but had totally different working styles. Ford liked improvising, changing small moments in dialogue to feel more natural. Jones, on the other hand, believed in discipline and precision. When Ford would alter a line or shift his movement unexpectedly, Jones would reportedly go cold and demand a reshoot. Crew members described Jones as intense but quiet. while Ford had a more relaxed, hands-on approach. The friction between them sometimes made scenes uncomfortable, but ironically, it gave their performances extra realism. You could feel the rivalry not just between their characters, but between the men themselves. Years later, Ford spoke diplomatically about Jones, calling him one of the most focused actors he'd ever worked with. Jones never commented, but considering his track record, that silence probably said more than words ever could. Number 2. Jim Belushi. In the early 90s, Jones starred in the comedy Undercover Blues alongside Jim Belushi, and the partnership was rocky from the start. Jones was serious, structured, and meticulous. Belushi, known for improvisational humor and loud energy, loved to play around with lines and reactions, a style Jones despised. According to people who worked on the film, Jones refused to participate in Belushi's off-screen antics. He wouldn't even engage in small talk. One crew member joked, "Tommy looked like he was counting down the days till he could stop hearing Belushi's jokes." Belushi tried to lighten the mood several times, but Jones wasn't having it. In interviews afterward, Jones dismissed the experience in one cold sentence: "We did the movie. That's all." That's classic Tommy Lee, brutally honest and done with the topic. Number 1. Charlize Theron. Topping our list is Charlize Theron, one of the few actors who's actually spoken publicly about how difficult it was working with Tommy Lee Jones. They starred together in The Rules of Engagement, 2000. And according to multiple sources, things turned sour almost immediately. Jones reportedly viewed Theron as too inexperienced and too focused on her appearance. He often gave unsolicited acting advice, which Theron found condescending. In a later interview, Theron recalled how one of her early co-stars treated her like a decorative extra rather than an equal. She didn't name names, but everyone knew who she meant. People close to the production said Jones was cold, distant, and dismissive during rehearsals. Theron, eager to prove herself, pushed back, and that only made things worse. Their arguments over scene direction became frequent enough that the director had to step in multiple times. By the end of filming, both actors were reportedly relieved it was over. Jones returned to his usual quiet professionalism, while Theron vowed to never work with him again. The legacy of a Hollywood lone wolf. Tommy Lee Jones has been called many things: a genius, a perfectionist, and yes, a nightmare to work with. But one thing no one can deny is his absolute dedication to the craft. He's not a man who plays Hollywood games or seeks approval. He acts because he believes in excellence, and he expects the same from everyone else. While some actors left sets frustrated, others walked away with immense respect. Directors like Oliver Stone and Joel Schumacher often said that once Jones trusts you, he'll give you everything: heart, soul, and performance.